Let's talk about books, baby. Let's talk about Court of Frost and Starlight. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books, baby. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, we're doing another book talk for A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas today. Yes, I did just film one video and change my shirt to make it look like I'm not filming multiple videos in one night because I'm a loser. So, we're going to talk about A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. I said that already, I wiggled the book in your face. So I was super excited for this book to come out. When I finished reading the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, this book had like a month to release, maybe 2 months to release. So like I picked the best time to read the ACOFAS series and I was super excited. I got paid the week it came out, that Friday afterwards, so I rushed to Barnes & Noble and I picked up the book. I was super excited to start reading it, and then it took me like 2 months to read it. So I finally dive in. I'm super excited. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to see Rysand and Feyre and Amren and more. What happened to Tamlin? Like, what's going on? You know, is Rysand really alive? Because he was acting super weird in the end of A Court of Mist and Fury, or Wings and Ruin. Yeah, it was I'm good at casual look back mode. Yes, A Court of Wings and Ruin. He was acting like kind of weird, like, oh, is he alive? Is he not alive? Like, something doesn't feel right. What's going on? So, I was super excited, and then I get 200 pages and none. Not, like, obviously there are words in these 200 pages, but it's really all just a lot of fluff stuff. For those of you who have not read it, all I'm going to say is you don't necessarily have to read this book to read the next installment of the series. Like, you'll be fine. You can just read ACOTAR, be happy, skip over this if you want. You'll be fine. Not saying you shouldn't read this. Like, if you really like the characters, like, if you really like the characters, like, you're in the series for the characters, no plot, go ahead, pick it up. You'll have a great time. I rated this book a 2 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, which is pretty harsh for me. Usually I don't like to rate books that low. I enjoyed reading this book because I do really like the characters, but there really, like I said, was no plot. So for those of you who haven't read it, this is, unless you care about spoilers or not, then I don't know, but I'm gonna get into spoilery bits. So this is your cue if you don't want to read it. So let's dive into the spoilers of this book and how terrible it is. Like I said, I like this book because I really like the characters. However, there really is no plot. The only thing going on is everyone is preparing for winter solstice, which is a big deal in the Night Court. It's pretty much the Fae version of Christmas. Everyone's doing a lot of shopping. Something that I thought was going to be kind of cool was this book was in a couple different perspectives. We got to hear from Rysand, Feyre, Cassian, and more, but it wasn't anything good. For Cassian, it was just kind of like, I'm doing this, and this is happening. And I think he was in it because I'm pretty sure the next books are in Cassian and Nesta's perspective, just because of how this ended with, it was in Nesta's perspective. So I'm thinking that's how that's going to go, so maybe Maas wanted to try it out, see how we would react to it. But it really wasn't all that interesting, and it sounded really awkward because it was like, Cassian's doing this, not like, I did this. And I don't know if that was intentional or unedited or what happened, but I don't know. Feyre the whole time kind of moped, I want to paint, but I don't want to paint. I don't know what to get Rysand, and so on and so forth. And I was just like, okay, cool, congratulations. And then Rysand the whole time, I want to have sex with Feyre. I want to have sex with Feyre. Why aren't I having sex with Feyre? I'm not having enough sex with Feyre. Can I have sex with Feyre? Oh, I remember when I took Feyre on that table. Ugh. It's just like, come on, buddy. Like, you just got out of a war. You're trying to, like, create peace. And you just want to talk about sex this whole time. But, like, they have sex once. Which, like, what, I expect a little bit more than that. But whatever, fine. The one time we get to see Mora's perspective is when, why can I never remember his name? The guy from the Autumn Court is there with her father. And she talks about the time that they found her in the woods, and she was, like, pinned down and everything, and how awful that was for her. But, like, I couldn't get into it, because they kind of just, like, brushed over it. They were like, oh, whatever, this thing happened. And I was like, oh, like, I want to feel for you, but this was so random because you were also just talking about shopping. Because I think it was, like, afterwards, and she was out shopping with Feyre, and she's like, oh, I remember when this happened. And, oh, no. So, like I said, a lot of this book was spent shopping for Christmas. Which is funny because Feyre just ends up giving everyone paintings for Christmas. Which I would have been super pissed off and be like, oh, a painting? What do you want me to do with this? Like, you have so much money and you got me a painting. Really? But whatever, it's her way to cope with things. She opens this painting studio at the end, like, it's really cute, whatever. She tells Ryson she wants to have a baby. He buys her a house. Great times, great, cool. The only thing interesting that happened in this book at all was when Ryson went to Tamlin at the spring court, and Tamlin's, like, all beat up, and they sit there and they kind of bait at each other. And I was like, yes, 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 this is what I was waiting for. Like, and then nothing happens. Tamlin just throws a hissy fit. And I'm just like, seriously? For real? I was so angry because nothing happened. I think a big thing for me was this book was sold as, like, the next installment of the Court and Thorns and Roses series. And it really wasn't. It doesn't compare to the first 3 books at all. I'm mad that I paid $20 for this, to be honest. Like, I guess I shouldn't be, because that's how books go. Like, it's pretty much, if it's a hardback, you're bound to pay, like, $20. If it's paperback, you'll pay, like, $10. That's just how the book world works. But, like, seriously, I wish I hadn't, because oh god, I didn't mean for it to fall that hard on the floor. I'm in the attic and everyone else is below me. Cue screaming sister. No? Okay. So, like I said, I rated this a 2 out of 5 stars. If you like the characters, read it, go ahead, give it a shot. It's nice, and it's fluffy, and it's cute. Like, it's a cute, like, Christmas story. It's kind of like a Hallmark movie in, like, the YA version. So if you're into that kind of thing, I would say go ahead, give it a read, see what you think. If not, just skip over it. Maybe look it up online, like Wikipedia, see what happens, read the back. You don't need to read this. I hope you guys enjoyed this very short book talk. I will be leaving a link to my Goodreads and my Instagram down below. I will be getting more bookish content out for you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to always stay bookish. Thanks for watching, guys.